Yo, yo, yo. What's happening? What's happening, friends? Welcome to Topic Tuesday. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know how it is. And there we go. My other one just went up. So let's get into this Topic Tuesday. Today I'm going to talk about if parents should be friends to their kids. Man, I get this question a lot and hear this comment a lot. And so here's my take on it. I'm going to get right into this thing. If you have questions, drop them in. So this is mainly for the parent. And people becoming parents too. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, what does it mean to be a friend, right? I hear parents all the time that'll say, well, tell their kid, well, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend. You know, a part of understanding where they're coming from is to ask them, what does friend mean to them, to the kid? Because to us, friend means a lot of different things, right? And so I'm going to give you my answer to the question, and I'll explain, and then I'll give you my answer to the question. Is that parents, you got to understand what that means to your kid, or you have to understand and get out of your head of what you think it means, right? Yeah, friend don't mean if you're thinking in your head like I don't want to be a friend to my kid, like we're not about to go out, we're not about to party, we're not doing this. No, nobody's telling you that. Nobody's saying go out and do the adult things or those things that you do with your friends, which you probably need to look at. Hey, Cousin Valerie, which you probably need to look at. You probably need to say, okay, what am I doing, or what is it that I think of when I think of being a friend to my child? And we must even understand why a lot of times they feel comfortable talking to their friends, but then the parent wonders, why can't they talk to me? So that's the first thing you have to ask yourself. Is like, if you're telling yourself, telling your child, I'm not your friend, then you must understand what the child means by friend, not what we mean, okay? Here's what it doesn't mean. Here's why a lot of times kids feel more comfortable talking to their parents. It's like, friends tend not to be not judgmental, not critical. They tend to be not condescending, dismissive, sarcastic, sharp. They try not to solve the problem of the person right away. They try not to be, and these are all the not things, right? So, what up, Justin? And so we must understand, parents, must understand that part, right? Friends allow you an environment to be comfortable to speak your mind, right? It's established early. So when parents say, I am not your friend, you must figure out the definition. What does that mean to your kid? Not what that means as an adult. We look at activities as friends, right? That's for parents. That's what happens. Is that when it comes to I'm not your friend, we look at the adult activities that we do. And second of all, let me get to the real. Let me talk about this. For some of y'all parents, y'all don't need to be friends with y'all's kids because y'all are probably bad friends yourself to other adults. Remember, hear this again. Some of y'all parents, I would not want to be a friend to because y'all are bad friends yourself. If you're a bad friend to your friends, why would you want to be a friend to your child? You sit up here gossiping behind somebody's back, talking about them, judging them, based on what they do. So if you're a bad friend, why would you want to be a friend to your kid? I'm not trying to have that kind of friend in my life. You out there, you out with your friends, y'all out going to places you shouldn't be going to, acting you like the way you shouldn't act, talking to each other, no, I am not, I would not want to be your friend as your child. And so you must understand what that means to be a friend, right? You must understand what that means. So what does that mean? Here we go. Here's what it means. What's happening, Bruce? Here's what it means to me when we look at the values of a friend. That's the question you have to ask. What values do I bring as a friend? So what do friends do for us? They allow us to be who we are. They support us. They encourage us. They don't degrade us. They give us a space to share what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what's going on in our life. They're not trying to fix our problems. They're not judgmental. They're not critical. They're not going to sit and dog you out unless you're doing something wrong. That's what a true friend does. They're not going to let you sit in those little hobbies or ways that are not helpful for you, right? They'll let you make your own decisions. When it comes to the friendship part, your friend is not going to put something on the line of their friendship unless they're doing something that is clearly overstepping a boundary, right? So parents, when you think of, should I be a friend to my child, figure out what that means, right? Because it's okay. Here's what a friend does. And this is what parents you want to aim for. Can I provide an open environment, an open dialogue, Oh man, it's messed up, it's frozen. Oh man, my bad, Sheldon. Hey, I'm gonna try to download it and then I'll share it on here. That way it comes out okay. Internet's not that good here. But that's the thing you have to understand, right? Is when it comes on that friend level, what kind of friend are you being? Are you creating those values? Are you creating that open space for them to talk? Are you creating that open space for them to feel comfortable? That's the most important part. Can you feel comfortable, right? Especially going to your friends. Why? Because they're not just going to kick you out of the relationship. They're not, well, most of them aren't going to kick you out. Like with my friends, we can talk about a lot, right? And I feel comfortable going to them because we have that dialogue. I would love to have that at a teenage years with my parents. And I had a little bit of that, but not as much. So when you think about, when you tell your kid, I am not your friend, you have to ask them, what does that mean? Because if I read it from a teenager's perspective, it means we don't spend time together. I can't talk to you about anything. I can't feel like you care, like you're on my side. I've seen so many parents say, I'm not your friend, because they're trying to solve their kids' problems. They're dismissing their feelings. They're dismissing what they think. They dismiss what they're going through. They say, well, when I was your age, I didn't know. Friends don't do that. Those true friends do not look at you and say, oh, I'm going through, or, well, this is what I'm going through, right? You can't when you take something away from your child, or you take something away from them that causes them to not feel like who they are, or feel like who they can grow into, that's not being a friend, right? And so parents, when you say, well, I'm not your friend, do I think parents should be friends to their kids? Yes, from this perspective. If they can openly talk to you, if they're not criticized every time they do something, they're not judged, they're supported, they're allowed to express what they think and feel no matter what it is. Friends can get into arguments and fights and be friends the next day, but they won't judge you, or well, some won't, but they won't cuss you out. They won't do anything. You can have a fight and then still be cool afterwards, and y'all make up and your relationship grows. So when you say, I'm not your friend, you got to understand what that means. And so, because again, some of y'all parents are just terrible friends to your friends. So I would not want to be your friend if you out there just treating them all any kind of way and doing all these things you shouldn't do. And so when you say, am I not your friend? My answer, yes. To be a friend to your kid, if you can provide the nurturance, the support, the encouragement, the loyalty, if you can provide guidance and help them through decisions and not try to solve the problems and have their back and be there. Yes, be that kind of friend. I'm not saying go be a friend who's going to take your kid to the club, have a drink with them, smoke, do whatever, do some unnecessary stuff. But you must understand what it means when it comes to the friendship part. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. I wanted to make it short. So sorry, I know on Instagram it's frozen. I'll try to download it here on Facebook and post it so it doesn't freeze up on y'all. But thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all have any questions, feel free to drop them. If y'all want to talk about something, let's talk. And so take care of yourself. I love you. God loves you. And I'm out. Peace, y'all.